farm. It's like, well, okay, but PL is going to get farmed. And I think the interesting thing to me was the Weaver is obnoxious enough to kill. While you're trying to catch him, which they spent a lot of time doing, and he was pressing R, Cap.
Yeah.
It was just a wonderful play. Pressed R.
Great R
and
presser,
live, right?
Eternal Envious.
PL, meanwhile, just turns up and just goes and just starts taking all your mana and killing you, and you're slow, and it's horrible. And you've just got that to deal with as well. And he's as hard to kill as we, if not harder. Once he got his heart, he was never going to die.
And they only had silences. They didn't even had a good stun.
There was a lack of stuns.
Yeah.
Puck also isn't great on burst damage right now. A lot slower than she used to be because of the fact that Dream Coil doesn't give you initial 100 damage. That doesn't sound like a lot, but level 7, level 8, when you're looking to be able to get those burst kills, is actually decent.
It makes a difference. Chen ban.
Chen ban. OG on the Radiant side this time, by the way.
Yep.
I think it's funny, Snith is here, and he's a well-known Chen spammer. And he was trying to tell me that Chen isn't the most overpowered support right now, which I vehemently disagreed with him.
He's saying that because he doesn't want to.
I was going to say, I appreciate that he says that because, he needs to protect his own hero.
He got that sheepish smile.
Yeah.
He was like,
who does he think
yeah,
is
you're
then?
right, but I don't want it to get nerfed.
Yeah.
Sure, he's enjoying the MMR.
I mean, the problem is he's one of those heroes. I know that because of the way the game is balanced around the pro scene, if Chen is doing well in the pro scene, he will get nerfed.
Yep.
But he's still like the rarest hero to see in Dota. At lower brackets, definitely. You just never see him. Elder Titan and Earth Spirit, that makes good bans.
It's because it involves microing.
It's just, the worst
microing.
Ever. So they've actually banned Death Prophet. But there's Jerax's Earth Spirit ban, which is just a no-brainer.
Well, this time around, Fnatic I think they, like we talked about this earlier, right, is that if Gyrocopter or Death Prophet or maybe Razor, I feel like Razor was probably like 2 months ago more important for them than it is now.
Why is the Death Prophet so big?
Because it's a hard to gank lane because of Spirit Siphon. You see how many times like you run 2 or 3 heroes, Death Prophet mid, she Spirit Siphons and survives because of it. She also has really good kill power against the enemy heroes as well because of it. Like one support or Spirit or Tusk or something comes in. Yeah, you just Spirit Siphon, run them down. And then the other reason is because it gives you this nice push lineup where Exodus is insane in team fights. It is great for being able to take objectives.
You just can't fight into
great
them,
for
right?
Roshan. Yeah. So it feels like the Death Prophet is similar to Terrorblade where it's always good, right? You never are like, oh no, Death Prophet's bad hero right now.
Yeah.
There's no timing like that. Good in the laning phase, good early, and even late game.
But we saw it just get shut down, Cap, so talk me through that.
Well, in part simply because they weren't able to get like any of the kills they need. If they get the kill on the Weaver, and they get a Blink Dagger on Puck, then maybe they in turn set the tempo of the game. Right. Very important for a Death Prophet lineup to be like you want to smoke, get a kill, and then push into a tower sort of situation. Like that's what you want out of Death Prophet. Actually,
just success.
And that kill, I mean, the one that you had in the replays, basically, from that moment onward, you can't be on the back foot that much. And you're having a Death Prophet in your team that wants to get objectives.
I know. We were saying in the break room, we were saying that was like a real EE50.
Yeah,
I actually didn't think it was a 50-50 because you saw that. I mean, it's weird, right? He was level 7 or 8. I think he might have even been level 8. He is going to be hard to kill there because he'd farmed enough, and because again, like I said, you have to basically kill him twice with his ult. So he's just got loads of stick charges and just kept living. And I didn't necessarily think he'd get almost 3 kills out of it, but I didn't think he was going to. There was really much that he could have done there go wrong.
So last game you were asking about like the Spirit Breaker, right? And Shaker does something similar against Tusk here, where he wants to get like snowball in. So it's a very defensive, very reactive 4-position hero. It's somewhat passive in that regard. It's not going to be the one actively setting up kills, right? It's like maybe 10% of the time your Fishers are actually like you've wrapped around and gotten a good block. Very rare that happens. Most of the time it's stopping someone else from being. So, with the combination of this as well as the Bane, does feel like OG want to be able to focus on getting themselves better laning pace in what happened that first game against
Bane, are we expecting Bane to just do the old sit mid in Feeble?
Maybe. I think Brain Sap is also really value level 1 ability where you can deal with any kind of pressure from aggro dual lanes or something like that. So,
yeah, you can't trade with him.
Yeah, so I think they don't know exactly what they're going to be doing with it just yet.
Gyro.
Yeah, and it matches up well against the Gyrocopter.
Crazy popular hero.
Yeah, it's like
strong.
I don't think OG had much of a doubt that Fnatic weren't going first 1-2. Again, you look back through their drafts, and it's like Gyrocopter first pick, Death Prophet first pick. Like one of those two cores get it up. So I would actually like if OG, and it's big if right now because Matt is playing and they don't have resolution. I actually think this would be a great Morph lane game. Right. It's kind of setting up, but we'll see.
Who would play Morph in that?
No-Tail?
That is a good question, right? Like, I don't know. Resolution playing the point, but maybe No-Tail can play it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I honestly don't think I've seen him play a huge amount of Morph. If he has, then I apologize, but I haven't seen him play it much.
I think Gyrocopter, another one of the things about him is that you do need to enable his laning phase a decent amount, but once he kind of gets going, then he's one of the most dominant hero team fights. You can also stack for him and farm Ancients, which is pretty important.
So big.
Especially on the Dire side, because you have the Dire side triangle, where you can all three of the camps.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It.
He's one of those heroes I feel like he is a very strong laner. He's very annoying, has good kill potential in lane. And even if you don't get a massive farm, as long as your supports, and they've got Pilo Die, who you know is going to sacrifice himself to go and stack camps and nothing else. It's just like, oh, well, yeah, it went okay in lane, but I'm just going to go and farm these camps all at the same time. And then I'll just I'll just come out of the jungle and destroy you.
So my guess is that OG, either one or two things was going to happen after that game. Either they were going to pick a lineup that had very low cooldowns, or they were going to pick and make sure they just had better team fight. And that hero, that ban is actually very surprising to me because I thought they would have liked the Brewmaster against the Gyrocopter. Combined with the fact that it's just one of the better S4 heroes and it's one of the best team fight offlaners.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh. Ooh.
5
I think
seconds
that's pretty nice because it can actually go mid against the Tusk dual lane. You don't have to worry about the... And then it's also the Gyrocopter, right? Yeah. Gyrocopter's worst offlaner. Puck matches up really well against it because Gyrocopter's so obnoxious for every single offlaner
he
out
really
there.
is.
His homing missiles.
It's a thing in the game.
I like how you whisper, though. They do have their headsets covering their ears.
Yeah, they do.
The coach. Oh wait, the coach does.
Yeah,
the coaches do as well.
DreamLeague got it covered, man.
So wait, OG, like so Seb is coaching and playing. He's like the player coach.
Oh, it's a weird balance, right?
He's like a player manager.
As a coach, you should have like helicopter view type of thing without any
the
personal interest.
S4 Leshrac.
Maybe not the puck.
So I think their Earthshaker might be like kind of again similar to the Death Prophet Tusk situation where you're just gonna kind of sit behind mid a lot. You saw Jarek's really putting a lot of effort to enable their mid lane, which was Mad playing the Death Prophet here. When they've been playing Leshrac, I think most of the time they've been playing S4 mid Leshrac. So Mad will in turn have to vacate. I think maybe an Omni Knight would actually be really good for them here, simply because the magic damage coming out from the Gyrocopter is still a little annoying.
Yeah.
It really enables any Leshrac cores.
Omni's just, I think he's fantastic. Really, really fun to play. Great hero.
Yeah. And in turn, it wouldn't be bad for Fnatic either. I'm just not sure.
It would help them a lot when he does the flat cannon. I mean, you don't want Jar to just sort of stand there and just blink your entire team down, which is what he...
Yeah. I'm not sure how much of a Omni Knight team Fnatic really is. Like, I don't think of them as Omni Knight too much.
No.
I think of Space Creator for Eternal Envy and slower, more farmy heroes for Abed and Universe. So, like here, Gyrocopter, Razors, Weavers, they're all perfect for Eternal Envy's playstyle.
Right.
Because, like, that is something that Jackie Mao gets a lot of crap from pretty much everybody, analysts, Reddit, etc. But he is very versatile in that regard.
Yeah.
He's willing to put himself in those positions where he will be the aggressive laner, and he will die a lot if necessary, but he knows that it's important to be able to get Abed carry for you.
I'm sorry. I'm like trying to pay attention to the conversation.
You're trying to eavesdrop.
Both teams started to like once the first couple of picks and bans were done. This is when the discussion comes into play, and I'm noticing that they're starting to talk a little bit more from everybody involved to give their input in the final two. Envy has mentioned Razor a lot in his conversation as well, but I think Pi wants something else, so they're having a little bit of discussion. It's actually super interesting.
I will say this when people make fun of Jackie Mao is
like you.
Well, no, just the anime thing. I would never criticize his play. This is a guy who's been on teams. Like when is the last time he was out of a team for a long time?
Yes,
always getting picked by teams, big teams, and this is a guy with a big reputation. Everybody knows what he can do, so we flame him. But it is purely with love because he does just do envy stuff from time.
Yeah.
There's a reason
flipping Omni Knight right there, Cap.
Yeah,
is an Omni Knight team. Boom.
What? No, I was Fnatic. I initially entered the whole entire conversation of Omni Knight saying it would be a great hero for OG because it matches up well against Gyrocopter.
Right.
And it enables
and they just
track.
picked him.
I said it, but then I pulled that up saying it could fit into Fnatic's lineup, but I don't think Fnatic is an Omni Knight team.
You said
that is exactly what happened. Everything that
check
I said is true.
Check the VOD. Reddit, check it, please.
Good. Check the VOD. I want to see a Reddit post that says Ted was wrong.
Ted was right. 100%. A million upvotes.
You guys.
What?
Yeah.
There's a lone druid.
Oh wow.
Which I actually found very interesting because I thought maybe with the brew ban it might be a hero for OG.
Shout out to my boy Plague.
So one of the cool things about Gyrocopter is that he can be run mid lane as well. I don't know entirely how this matchup works. I believe that when Lone Druid was picked up maybe like a year ago, when it was picked up a decent amount, it actually matched up pretty well against like Leshrac mid because this bear just kind of runs at you
goes
the
over.
entire time.
Yeah.
But it's also possible that they're going to run Lone Druid safe lane, and it'll match up in a 1v1 against Omni Knight, and they'll have Gyro mid, where Gyro just spams homing missiles.
Right.
It's a lot of heroes.
You know, I think the Omni Knight pick is actually a tribute to an absent member of the DreamLeague crew who would normally be here today. A known spammer of this. And that's Sir Action Slash. Without a brain. Pugna.
I think the Lycan ban was pretty smart from Fnatic. It was, I think.
When is a Lycan ban not a good thing? Like, ban that hero.
No, the hero's actually a little bit better now.
No.
It used. Alright, very well. You're correct. Maybe, how's Tiny today? Oh, Dragon Knight. Yeah, I'm down with Dragon Knight. It's a nice pushing hero. That being said, I think Pugna is a really good choice here because Pugna not only gives you that side lane split push, you're going to have both the Lone Druid and Pugna able to pressure the side lanes, which is really nice to have against what is very much a lineup that wants to play together in OG.
Right.
They want to play a lot of 5-man because they do have the better team fight.
They want a 5-man, but they're up against 6 heroes here, Cap.
That is true. So, at the same time, we're also going to have this lineup where Pugna also defends towers pretty well. His single target focus is quite good versus like DK.
Yeah.
And then they have just really great team fighters on Husk, Gyro, and Disruptor.
Really big.
You guys, you were wrong last time. I'm gonna ask you, for do-over.
Hero draft. I don't really care. I'm just going Fnatic.
I think Fnatic.
They both
did it last time. They'll do it this time. 2-0 to Fnatic. Yeah.
Well, let's see if indeed they can be as convincing as they were in that first game. It is Odie, Pixel, and Fogged who are ready for game 2.
Yes, Steve. Thank you very much. It's time for game 2 between OG and Fnatic. Well, we're going to see if OG can step it up a little bit as they surely did stuff for game 1. Fnatic looked pretty, and also look pretty good there. They're very attractive. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. We have, at the moment, we'll see if they're stuck with it. I might say they have.
I'm pretty sure they stuck with it.
It's the No-Tail Omni Knight.
It's
the No-Tail Omni Knight, ladies and gentlemen.
I feel like that, to be honest, I feel like that suits No-Tail a bit more, especially with the way that he usually plays a little bit more of that sacrificial role for this team. So that's going to be pretty neat. But there is also a Pugna on the other side, one of my favorite heroes. Very, very good versus the Leshrac. Sure, he can have repel in a lot of situations for S4, but the Nether Ward actually is very devastating versus Lesh. And you're also a pretty you're a pretty squishy hero overall.
Yeah.
So that burst damage that can come out can be pretty significant coming out. And this is their tower forcing. So now they've got the Lone Druid, they've got the Pugna on that side too. Force towers, and they've got a decent amount of catch.
Yeah.
Let's see how they're going to build it.
Yeah, as we said, they've got the repel at least. Yeah. That's, you know, it's something, but it doesn't necessarily mean that S4's going to have an easy game. Be very careful how he pops those spells as the fights go on. We'll see what sort of lanes that both sides are getting. Is there any sort of lane matchup that's looking to be dodged or being found by either side, do you think?
Particularly, I think they just want to have... I mean, the Lesh is going to go mid. That's the way that they've been running it for the most part with S4. They've run a couple aggros, but this time around they want to get that matchup. And I think Omni versus Pugna can be just fine.
See at the moment, just teams preparing for any sort of invasion onto their own half of the map, and it doesn't look like it's going to come through from either side. We'll, of course, see Fnatic try for the 3 runes with the bear.
The battle begins.
Has got it up there.
Yeah, trade runes time around.
The player's safe.
All right. So Abed's playing that gyro mid, and they're going to be having lots of dual lanes. This is what we kind of gotten used to. So Tusk will block the bottom lane while Earthshaker will Fissure block top. So both of these offlaners will get charged. Well, we say offlane. This is what it's. It's a DK offlane on one side.
So Gyro versus Lesh. As you say, we've been seeing more and more of the Gyro towards the mid, but Lesh a hero that we don't really see that much of. How's this matchup going to go down?
Mostly trade farm. Maybe like it's just going to be really up to the rotations who gets killed, because they both definitely do have kill potential if any done in. Be that the Earthshaker or that Tusk if they can land the combo stuns. But I think Lesh can probably maybe spam out the gyro a bit more if you do go that lightning build, and it does look like S4 is going to go for that approach.
Nice getting those stuns and such out onto Abed. Just trying to interrupt with his CSing. But as we've been saying, Abed, he certainly is the one to watch. In terms of just being the reliable performer for Fnatic recently. I mean, not to say that the rest haven't, but Abed's just been sort of pushing it to new levels.
Abed's eating a lot of harass mid. Up by both stuns. So with the movement from Jarex constantly, it's going to put Abed a bit on the back foot.
It does not have a salve out on him at the moment, just the extra tangos. So it has to be careful.
Yeah, but they're leaving it like this. They're even just still keeping that Tusk bottom for the time being to make sure that Universe gets something down here. And Jarex constantly just trying to pressure mid here. They aren't going to be able to connect the secondary stun.
Yeah, fortunately there with the Fissure siding of the hero. If they did get on the right side, there would certainly been ample opportunity for the S4 stun to follow up and get an angle.
Great matchup though already. S4, because of Jarex's rotations mid, 7-4 lasted to the 2-1 of the gyro Abed.
Jarex
under some pressure.
It's fine, DJ. DJ is level 2. Despite being trapped, nicely slides himself over the
DJ special.
Over the Fissure with the shards.
He's actually so good with those shards every time I see him. And bottom, Universe, since it is a dual lane, is going to be getting quite a lot on that Pugna 8-4. But No-Tail, he's able to sustain having that wand and as well heal.
So what are we going to see No-Tail build? Is it going to be sort of phased S and Y? We did see, I feel like the last time I saw the carry Omni, it was when Ramses played it and he built Battle Fury.
That was pretty funny, yeah. I think just phase Trom, he could just go for some stats, join his team out. Abed mid, getting on the aggressive, but he's getting turned on here. The salve coming out from S4, the second point in lightning.
They've got the slows, they just need that stun to connect, and he's out of range. So S4 sort of hesitate with that one, and understandably so, because TPs are coming through. S4 sort of surrounded. Homing missile's going to go the way of Jarex. S4, he's still got a couple of spells to play with. And you can see DJ and Pi being very careful about this. They'll look to chase him down there now. Verify comes out from S4. He can stun, does find the stun onto one, but he doesn't catch Pi. So Pi able to continue right-clicking him down.
DJ has shards.
And we'll get the first blood. And with those shards, this time a little bit off the mark. As you said, DJ normally gets those, but that one just not quite trapping Jarex and pulling him back into them. But still, Fnatic, they claim first blood.
Great rotations by the supports. This is the beauty of always having something like Lone Druid in your safe lane, is you can just leave him alone, make the movements around the map, and you can't get punished, especially if he's versus something like a Dragon Knight.
Yeah.
And Envy will be doing that build that we've been seeing more and more commonly built on that Lone Druid, the Dominator, so that you can pressure towers with those catapults. And
just stick around for some XP. Gets run down. Cool. Be fine, so OG able to at least punch back and get a kill for themselves. Just abusing the time where Abed did have to take the stroll back to base to regenerate.
Mm-hmm.
Early days, no one really getting, well, in terms of last hits, still definitely the Gyro suffering the most.
Gyro suffering, yeah, because of those movements. It's just mostly because of Jerax and the build that S4 has gone with that lightning. Bottom, Fly, being chased out here. In a lot of trouble.
With the snowball, the Decrepify and the blast to boost the magic damage, helping bring down Fly very low. A couple of right clicks, and they'll finish off the job. Fnatic get themselves a second. You can see S4 and Jerax start to make a move down, and they want to try and find this rune, but Pi, he's going to be able to be the one that picks it up. Turns with the Thunder Strike with that double damage, punching in a few times onto S4. S4 gets himself out of the field. DJ tries for the Shard block, but S4's taken the alternative route.
Abed's coming in now, though. Level 3.
Maybe they could turn.
Level 2 barrage.
They've got the missile and the barrage onto Jerax, and with 3 heroes around him, Fnatic take him down.
They'll catch Abed back up through kills, it seems. Bottom, no tail in Universe. Start going toe-to-toe. Beauty of Omni Knight.
Once he's got those phase boosts out to him, it's going to be even easier to do that. Close the gap, get those punches in, force Universe to have to react.
How's our Dragon Knight doing at the top? That's doing decent.
I mean, he's getting the same amount as Universe is getting out of Universe's lane.
Yeah,
so.
Envy, of course, going to be the big breadwinner out of all of this. Having a pretty much uncontested safe lane. Going to have that very early Dominator. Being able to push and get aggressive with that early.
And I mean, for OG, maybe this is the thing to do. Obviously, having to sort of change your lineup up. Maybe the better strat is to put S4 back in the mid and have Mad play the off lane. So you can sort of, in a sense, put Mad in a position where it's not as painful to sack his lane as such, and just make sure that S4 can have a bit more of an impact.
I think the big thing, at least for me, is having S4 being the game winner, right? Like, sure, Dragon Knight, he can become that very powerful carry later on and everything, but the Leshrac is definitely the more important one in the early stages this time around in comparison to the Puck from last time.
So far, so good between the two teams. It's even, but that was the case in game 1. And then things took a very sharp turn for the worse for OG.
This game comes out, Abed will be able to clip Jerax making that move, Universe.
He's got to be careful, because those phase boots will be on the way out. So the next time that happens...
Uh-oh, Jerax. Abed's coming in, he's got the missile, but there is more rotations coming in.
Yeah, with a glimpse back, Jerax in between the two of them. Nightmare will come out to try and buy some time for Jerax, but it's not going to save him. More and more kills being picked up for Abed. Look at the CS as well. Catching up on this Gyrocopter.
Yeah.
Was very much behind at the beginning, but now, with the way that Fnatic's been able to sort out and start to control that middle lane, Abed's having a great time. Top lane.
Envy top too.
And look to give the rundown. Quick Dragon Tail onto the bear. Make sure there's no chance of a route coming through, but they'll still chase him right back there, Mad.
Envy's very happy that he got this Satyr creep though. Look at that bear's HP regen. 20.5 already at this point. He can continuously siege now, and with Universe coming up, they will be able to easily claim this tower. But I say that, OG, they want some rotation.
And they do want to try and do something about this. It is hard for them to do so, especially with Pi coming in on the side. Dragon Tail onto the bear, but Mad, he's stuck in the kinetic field. Decrepify comes through, they're looking for the blast, but there, nice Nightmare from Fly. Keeps Mad protected from the blast damage during the invulnerability of it. OG will be able to push them back, still though the tower falls. A final finishing blast from Universe. And Fnatic may not have got the kills, but they get the objective. Mid lane Pi. He'll stack himself. Came in a little too deep. S4 and Jerax did chase him down there in that situation, so OG will pick up a support kill. But Fnatic, once again, they're slowly starting to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a typical Pi move, right? Just going out and dying for the cause. And during all this, because of all the rotations, Universe going top. DJ, bottom, will be farming up, hasn't full earn, finished up on the Tusk, also level 5.
I was going to head down here, just try and finish off finding that level 6 himself. Can start to have a bit more impact in terms of the pushes and the fights. Top lane no tail. I'm going to give Universe a bit of a rundown, but Universe keeps his distance. They've got to be careful. The bear comes in, and MV finds the route. The blast as well onto Fly. Fly will fall. Snowball closing the gap onto no tail. He has got level 3 in the degen, level 3 in the purification. No points to the repel, of course, because of this skill build. And that's going to mean this massive amount of magic damage will bring no tail down. Fnatic take 2 from the top lane. As if both No Tail and Fly just hanging around a little too long up there behind that tier 1 tower.
Yeah, they tried to go for that dive on a Universe, but I mean, the way that Fnatic played in that last game too, they're playing very fast-paced. Same thing again this time around. Sure, they had Abed a little bit behind in the early game, but now he's catching up through farm, and the rest of his team is making the moves around the map to make that space.
And sure, if you get on top of Universe with a phase, you can chase him down, but if Universe could keep his distance, this Pug does pretty speedy.
Yeah.
Bottom lane, they are trying.
They've got the trap. And they continue the chase.
Look at the speed he's running. Okay. Now with No Tail closing the gap, they've got him. That's what they need. As Universe runs himself straight into the range of the degen aura from No Tail.
Yeah, I can turn this into a push. that Dragon form used. I think the DJ just placed a ward down and it was spotted by that defensive ward placed by OG in the river. Fnatic doesn't want to give this one up though. Bring multiple heroes down, Abed as well, call down, cooldown 20 seconds.
They're gonna have a Universe back in 5 as well. Lots of ways to hold this Fnatic. About half the duration left on Seb's Elder Dragon form. Zabed starts to clear it out a bit with the flat. Standing strong though, OG. Universe is walking down here. Looks like will not be in time to put a stop to this tower going down. So OG will claim themselves a tier 1. Towards the mid lane, Envy. He's moved across. He's putting some pressure on Fnatic. Jerax coming across, ready to respond. Notel also heading over. In terms of his build, will be going for the straight early stats, the phase drums. They'll try for the Fisher. Will not catch Envy. Envy will be fine. The Helm of the Dominator creep will be a bit of a different story, as OG will be able to claim that. They'll look towards the bear.
They should be able to get it here.
Yeah, holding it down. They've got the chain stuns, the pure damage from the purification and such. They've got it. A tasty 300 gold going the way, I believe, of Notel.
Yep.
That will push him nice and close to having those drums complete, but
they want to pressure bottom now. They've got the roll in.
Closing the gap.
Abed's coming too.
Shards will connect. Seb tries to turn. He's got a decent amount of armor, but it's not going to be any use against that magical from the rocket barrage. Abed claims the kill, cuts the creeps. They've got the pressure coming in on this bottom lane. Fnatic can look to try for that tier 1 tower. At the same time, OG, they're going to make a bit of a mirror move themselves. They're heading straight up to top. They want to do something about Envy. Envy at the moment, top net worth. He's getting a lot of space on this lone druid. And he's out of there. Heads into the tree line, TP's out, straight towards the bottom. He's doing a great job of reading the map and making sure that he's not where OG want him to be.
As soon as they saw nobody react to bottom, they know OG's making a play. Close game though, only 2k lead at the moment for Fnatic.
The Warriors again. It's sort of Abed and Envy switching roles in a sense of what we saw game 1. You know, this time it's around Envy just hitting the creeps and such. Abed, he's on that core that can make the plays. And they're executing it just as well as they did with them switching it the other way around in game 1.
And they've got such heavy push. OG has to pretty much respond to all this with this bear plus Pugna. They're able to force these towers quite easily. And look at this, all Fnatic is perched up, ready for the movement if OG does try to do anything. S4 going for his own trade with that 2 points in Edict. But all Fnatic, they're here. They've got the glimpse.
Now they're dragging him back up to the high ground. Blows there for the Decrepify, surrounding him in the field. Jags will throw out a Fisher, trying to help out S4. The Lesh is just too damn squishy when he's caught on the front lines. Lots of bursts from Fnatic.
It just constantly seems like Fnatic, they're closing in with multiple heroes every single time. While OG, they're getting split around the map constantly because of this siege that's coming out from Fnatic. Fnatic's not done. They've got level 6 now on Pi. They want to use it right away. They're making the smoke rotation bottom. They see this Dragon Knight. Mad. A lot of trouble here.
The Decrep's like buying time for the rest of them to come in. Static storms down. He's trapped in the field. Fnatic just finding pick-off after pick-off.
That's how you make a Dragon Knight look pretty squishy. Yeah. Full magic damage. So he's actually queued up a hood on Mad to be able to try to withstand that, because he's got to be the frontliner for his team, for this Leshrac to actually be able to do all that damage in the team fights. Fnatic dictating the pace of the game very nicely.
Perfect movements, and we're getting closer and closer to the scary territory in terms of net worth leads.
Yeah.
13 minutes, 5k is pretty sizable. And I can't remember the exact numbers, but it seems to be on par with the lead that they were getting in game 1.
And S4 bottom now getting ran down. The missile won't be enough to kill him.
They need a Nightmare. Where's the Nightmare? Oh, okay, they don't need it. The missile.
Only level 1.
It is just level 1.
Yeah, 413.
MV.
Almost
400 gold away from that relic.
Yep. Farming very well. Continuing that pressure too. But look at that, Fnatic, they're constantly making all the moves around the map. OG, they've got to strike back somehow. With that next Dragon form, they have to be able to turn it into something, getting either a kill into a tower or just a tower alone.
Sort of similar to the operative that they had to go for last game with the Death Prophet, but they just weren't able to do so.
Yeah.
With the lead that Fnatic had. And as you say, if OG are unable to make a move anytime soon, going to get to sort of the area of the game where it's questionable if they're actually ever going to be able to make a move at all unless Fnatic mess up.
Yeah, and Fnatic knows all this movement's happening top right now because they've got these deep wards down bottom. Unless OG's all smoked in some, you know, stands throughout their jungle, they know exactly where OG's positioned. So top tower will get sacrificed. But Fnatic does not seem too disappointed with that since they've almost got that Radiance finish on Envy, and Abed is very farmed on this gyrocopter now.
Now keeping Notel up there though, there's about also a 1k difference between him and Envy. Too bad on the Omni. If he can get sort of his first major item after the phase drums, could start to see the Omni having real impact in the fight. He's saving up the money at the moment. Lots of ways he could go. Obviously could go phase drums Radiance, could go for phase drums into S and Y if he wants to just go for the pure beef. Anything else you sort of think that Notel could be considering on his Omni Knight this game?
I feel like he might just need some positioning to be able to protect the Leshrac.
But doesn't that just feel...
It doesn't,
it's
not the most...
Like phase drums blink on your second Omni.
He's going to have the Radiance.
Okay. That certainly makes sense.
I feel like a lot of it is going to be just protecting S4 though once he gets that Bloodstone, because we've seen a lot of like the Leshracs and stuff. You get your Bloodstone and you kind of die a lot of the time, so you really need that protection coming in.
And it can certainly have a lot of impact. I mean, how's Abed's arms looking?
Almost BKB.
He has
kind of.
Okay, needs a bit of time, but he is going. Going for that BKB. And
much needed.
Yeah, that's going to hurt OG in these team fights.
Yeah.
Because who's going to be punching Abed? I mean, sure, I guess with the carry Omni Knight, you can get in the face of him and give him a bit of a right click, ways to keep yourself alive, but the physical damage isn't going to buy. Sure, Dragon Knight's nice as well, but Abed is just going to be able to do so much more damage to your entire lineup.
S4 is actually walking into Fnatic at the moment.
Yes, that glimpse actually sort of helps, because it looked a bit of a risky place for S4 to be in.
He did have the backup of all of his team,
though. Sure, and they do have all the ults up.
Yeah, Notil was very close. Fnatic, they're more happy with just kind of like farming out. They've got the Radiance coming out very, very soon on Envy, and the BKB on Abed, as we were mentioning.
And if they're able to shove in multiple lanes with that Radiance spare, something that for OG is pretty hard to deal with, at least especially sort of two supports, you know, Bane and a Shaker, and not going to have much fun going to a lane where there's a Radiant spare shoving a wave in. Not much that they can do on their own to stop those pushes.
I think also when Fnatic, when they've got the BKB on Abed and the Radiance on Envy, they can look to just try to go for like a Roche play after a pickoff.
With a glimpse onto Seb mid, OG are behind him, are hoping that Fnatic has sort of baited him for an attempt on the kill, but it's not going to be the case. Fnatic play it safe. Universe is shoving down bottom pretty deep. You'll see how he reads it, and he does smartly. Straight into the trees, Jarex will try for a Fissure.
Oh, just off the mark.
But again, Fnatic, they're just dancing around the map and really are just keeping themselves a step ahead of OG in this series. Very hard for OG to sort of catch a break in this game. Quite like as we saw in game 1.
The glimpse. We're mad here.
The static stone drop down as well. As the root comes through from Envy as well. Bring him down low. Universe is trying to close the gap. Notel will come across. Repel onto Seb, will keep him alive. Shards out to block Notel. Pops the GA. Seb trying to turn. The GA did not catch the Dragon Knight though, so Seb's got to be a little bit careful. Fnatic thinking about coming back in onto this one. OG, they're bringing in heavy numbers. The ward is dropped. Decrepify, keeping it alive, making sure that OG can't right-click it down.
Envy picks up, sends the bear back to base, picks up the Radiance. Now they look like they're ready to take the fight.
You see OG backing off. Fnatic, they're chasing in Seb. Does he really want to fight around and play around with this? Got to be careful. Fnatic looking for any sort of catch. They get the vision. They'll get the drag back with the glimpse onto the Bane. Notel repels Fly. Going for the Fiend's Grip actually. And with Seb and S4, they've got a good chance. No. Snowballs there from DJ. By some type of universe. Is it enough? No. The Fissure comes through. The magic damage from S4 will finish off the Pugner. Abed striking back. The flat cannon hits, bringing Notel and S4 down pretty low. DJ closes the gap with a punch. Notel pots the purification, but the root comes in from the bear. Envy has the control. S4 will fall as well as Envy claims the double kill. Seb gets himself back to base, but the other two cores, S4 and Notel, aren't quite as lucky as Envy. As soon as he picks up that Radiance, they get that good fight, they get the bear involved, and OG can't deal with it.
OG need a better way to start the fight. Sure, they got like the repel into the Fiend Trip, but there's always going to be the snowball there.
They're going to have the
key. They need the blink on Jarex in order to get into those back lines.
I mean, did Seb get it? Because I saw Seb was building up the money and sort of had it queued up as well as
he got the blink. Yeah, he switched.
So we got a couple of blinks.
Yeah, they want to be able to get the start the fight out properly, take out these supports right away so they can actually have the numbers. Bottom though, Jarex gets decrept. The chase is coming out. He's very dead.
And as you said, he was 1800 towards his blink, so that'll put it on hold a little bit more. Knocks him back 100. He's out of the game for 30. But still that extra bit of a climb he's going to have to look for to get himself really online. Be able to have some sort of impact against Fnatic. Fnatic do come for these very strong pushes that we've seen them be able to get away with their Gyro and Lone Druid hitting a very strong point at this 20-minute mark. Sure, these are two heroes that they can be strong as the game goes on and in the later stages, but if you have this sort of a start there, the peak that they can hit at 20 minutes is pretty deadly.
Yeah, and they're dictating the pace exactly the way I want to in this game. They're going to be getting all these pipes to counter that Lash, because majority of the damage from OG, actually pretty much all the damage from OG, is that magical damage. Pipes, that BKB on Abed is going to be crucial. I mean, and Envy just loved it. It is an incredibly good game. Is that Leshrac core. Bottom.
They found the Omni Knight. Static Storm's down. No way for N0tail to react.
2 TPs get cancelled. Fnatic is aware of that one. Bloodstone was finished on S4.
He's got an Arcane Rune bottled up as well.
Yep.
Very, very nice if OG are able to take a fight on their own accord. But they are without N0tail for 15 seconds. The bear comes in. There's a bit of a wraparound coming in from Fnatic. Arbit on the low ground. He's got the missile on its way out onto S4. The cooldown comes through and it's going to catch a couple of them. Nightmare will be there to help S4 dodge the missile, but it won't be enough to keep him alive. He does have to kill himself, as he'll lose some Bloodstone charges. Zed's being chased as well. Look at the glimpse back onto Jarek, so they don't only just get the DK, they'll take the Shaker too.
Oh boy. Looking very similar to the last time around. Fnatic getting those crucial timings this time though. Bottom, N0tail. Quite a beating here from Universe.
Fnatic just looking terrifying.
They're playing incredibly well as a team, while OG, they're getting split up. They're playing to Fnatic's game every single time here. Now this tower getting threatened.
It's gone. Tier 3's gone. Fnatic, they want to stick around for more.
There's no glyph.
They've got so much push at 21 minutes in.
These racks are just dead.
No way for OG to hold. They've got the full 5-man backup, but the melee racks are gone. They've got the root out, and Fnatic, they want to take kills as well. They're looking towards Jarex. Jarex getting himself out of range, the Radiant Spare. Fnatic will turn and settle for looking to finish off the range racks. Jump forward from Seb. They really want to do something about this bear, get themselves some money. Static Storm's down. They don't have the control though, Fnatic, as OG will keep themselves out of the range of it. I mean, missile out onto S4, but the range racks will fall. The Siege Creep finishes off the job. Fnatic get the full cleanup down bottom. And could just continue to play out this game as they wish. But the lead that they have, this is absolutely looking to be a similar situation as game 1.
Yeah, and like we mentioned, the Bloodstone Lesh, we've seen this time and time again. Leshes, they get their Bloodstone, and then they die. And then they die again and again. It's very, very hard to protect it. OG does have to do a better job of that. They need this Blink Dagger on Jarex to be able to start the fights, but he's still struggling to get that with that death bottom. 300 gold.
Seb does have the hood on DK, so at least we'll be able to stand a little longer at the front lines of the fights after jumping in with the Blink Initiation. But still, the items racking up on Fnatic means that they do potentially enough damage to bring down even a hood DK.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting huge. Even DJ almost has the same net worth as the Lesh and the Omni Knight on the opposing team. That is a huge problem. And now look, they're just going for mid. They don't even want to hesitate. They've got the pipe finished on DJ. They've got BKBs. They've got more than enough to siege here. And they know that OG can't really go for some type of trade here. OG has to take the fight versus Fnatic when they do this. They've got the Blink though on the Shaker. Let's see what they can make happen. If we go for a smoke here to try to catch Fnatic off guard.
They need something huge. They need a massive Echo Slam.
I catch a vision of them.
Alright, it's going to know what's going on. S4's going to jump in. They're looking to watch the Disrupt release, but the BKB's out from Arbed. In fact, the Life Drain buying time for Pi to survive. The Snowball comes in straight away on Seb on the high ground. Arbed keeping the flat hits going. The GA comes out from a N0tail, but they've lost Seb on the DK.
They've lost
S4 gets the stun, and indeed Envy, he's just hitting the base. He doesn't care about fighting. He wants to take objectives. He wants to take the game. He cleans up the second set of racks. 3 dead on OG. S4's chased down as well. He's glimpsed back into the clutches of Arbed in Universe. As Uni picks up a triple.
Yeah.
GG is called. And game 2 actually ends up being a bit more brutal than game 1 was for OG. Fnatic, they are looking brilliant.
They're looking really good. To be honest, the OG, they do look a bit disconnected here. Fnatic is making all these moves around the map, and OG, it does seem like sometimes just like two or three people walking around by themselves. Fnatic playing much more as a unit. and punishing OG, not allowing them to get their lineup online. And with this Lone Druid plus Pugna, tons of pressure coming out on the map.
Great feelings there for Fnatic and obviously for OG. A bit of a tough one. We'll have time to reflect.